Hey y'all, hey. It's Tax Tip Tuesday. Let me just share this page out so we can get these questions answered today. I can give you my tips. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm working, so I gotta keep myself amped while I'm doing these numbers, getting these returns done, doing this year-end bookkeeping cleanup. Jesus. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi. Thank you guys for joining Tax Tip Tuesdays. Make sure that you guys are leaving the comments where you're from. I like to see where everyone's tuning in from. And if you can, I want you to go ahead and share. Don't be selfish. Everybody needs this information. Everybody shares needs to do taxes. So make sure you share this information so that I can answer someone's question or that they can be more informed. So while I'm sharing it to all of my other pages, I want you guys to go ahead and share it for news you can use. Don't be stingy. Do not keep me to yourself. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So this keeps me motivated, y'all. I don't know about nobody else, so it's on repeat. It is Tax Tip Tuesday, guys. I am Shantae B, your fave tax strategist with Luxury Tax Services. I get on here every Tuesday to give you news you can use, keep you up to date with everything that's going on in the tax world, telling you the things that you should know, and just answering your questions. So we're going to go ahead and get started so I can answer any questions that you may have in regards to all things tax related, okay? This is what this platform is for. Feel free to put your questions in the comment and I'll go ahead and answer. So while you guys are doing that, again, drop in the comments where you're from because I love to see where my viewers are tuning in from. And again, don't be stingy with me. Share. Press that share button because everybody needs to know about taxes, okay? Even the people who ain't filed taxes in forever, this is not the year to do that. This is not the year to do that. So make sure that you're sharing this live. Okay, Chicago, that's my home team. Thank you guys for tuning in. Okay. So let me give you my tips, and then if there's no questions, we'll go ahead and get off of this. You guys know I don't prolong it and keep you on here for a long time. I just get on here to give you the gems that I need to give you guys for the week. Okay, Naperville, Illinois is representing tonight. Okay, I love it. Okay, so I wanted to let you guys know a few things. So this is not the year to try to do your taxes yourself, okay? So for all of those, I do my taxes myself. I know what I'm doing. My cousin, she kind of do taxes and all that stuff. This is not the year for that. There's so many tax credits available that if the person who's preparing your taxes is not up to date with all the latest tax codes, tax laws, tax credits, you don't want them doing your taxes. Again, I would love if you come to me, but you don't have to come to me. Just make sure you're going to a tax professional. I do this every week. I tell you the difference between a tax professional and a tax preparer. You would be considered a tax preparer. A tax professional knows the ins and outs. A tax professional makes sure they're educating themselves to make sure you're educated so you make informed, great decisions when it comes to your tax returns, okay? So make sure that you're hiring a tax professional. Make sure you're not just letting anybody or trying to do your taxes yourself this year, okay? It's very important. There's so many credits like, hey, had a new baby. And I need to start posting more on my marketing, but I'm so busy teaching my clients and teaching my partners that I've been lacking on my posting. So I'm going to make sure I'm doing my marketing so you guys can see more. If you're an entrepreneur, hey, this is the time. This is the year. This year, they're giving up to $32,000 in credits for entrepreneurs, small businesses. You don't know if you fall into that category? Let me give you a few. Lyft drivers, Uber drivers, Instacart, all of those people, guess what? you're self-employed. If you get a 1099, you're self-employed. For the gig workers, you're self-employed. The barbers, the makeup artists, the lash techs, you're self-employed, right? This is the year that you want to contact a professional, preferably me. This is the year you want to contact a professional to make sure you're getting those credits and making sure that you're getting them correctly, not just getting them because, oh, I heard about this. My tax lady, my cousin tax lady said this, but girl, you ain't got to pay them. I could do it. All of that, none of that this year. I'm telling y'all, the IRS is not playing. They have over 10 million returns from last year that they have not processed. If your stuff is not correct, it will be on a backlog. That backlog is at least 6 months. You don't want that to happen to you, okay? You want to make sure that you want to make sure that you're using a tax professional. This isn't the year to do them yourself, okay? Did you have a new baby in 2021? Y'all know I did, right? I had a new baby in 2021. Guess what? I got an additional $5,000 for you on your return. You get what I'm saying? There's so many things that have changed. There's so many great tax credits. You want to take advantage of these things. Guess what? If you did not work at all because COVID hit your house and you weren't able to do any self-employment, you weren't able to do any of those things, you should still file because this is the first year they're not requiring earned income to get certain credits. Hello? Are you guys hearing me? Share, because I think the people don't understand. The people do not understand. If you had your baby in 2021, it's a guaranteed 5K. It's a guaranteed 5K. So if you had a baby in 2021, hit my line. Luxury Tax Services is here to serve you. Again, this is not the year. You're welcome, no problem. This is not the year to try to prepare taxes yourself. Don't do it. Don't mess yourself up. Most importantly, don't miss out on what's there for you. Okay? There's so many. I'm just highlighting some of the things and some of the changes. There's so many changes. I had a client, well, a potential client. I thought she was a client. I'm gonna tell you guys about her, right? So anybody who comes to me that's a new client that didn't do their taxes the year before, I always ask for their previous year tax return. You know why? Let me give you guys some little gems, right? If you're going to a new person and they don't ask, you should be concerned. Just being honest. The reason being is they need to see what the person before you did on your tax return. Because a lot of times I get new clients and I look at their last year's tax return and whoever did their taxes was like, put crazy stuff on there. We had a situation, one of my partners sent over, a client of hers sent over her tax return, and the lady had put a whole self-employment job on there and wrote off everything. The lady don't have a business or anything. She's scared because she's like, what if I get audited? That's messed up. You know what I mean? People, that's why I make sure I educate my clients. I let them know, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what's on your return. Okay, but anyway, so I did her taxes. I asked for her last year's tax return. When she sent it to me, guess what it said? TurboTax. But she said she went to a professional. So I looked at it at the bottom. At the bottom, guess what it says? Self-prepare. You know what that means for all those who don't know? That means someone did your taxes. Oh, I'm back. Okay, it went out. That means that look at the devil. The devil did not want me to get on here and tell this story, but I'm going to tell it. So that does mean, and don't shoot the messenger. I'm here for the people. I want the people to be educated. I want the people to know what's going on. For any tax preparers that are watching this, I want you to watch it so you can do better by your clients, right? So anyway, I asked for her 2020 return. I look at it. I see it's self-prepared. So I was asking for a lot of documents like, hey, we need birth certificates. Hey, we need a utility bill, or we need a lease to prove that you're head of household, because with your head of household, you get a different credit. Okay. So every credit that's on your tax return, you have to prove that to the IRS. She was like, well, I never had this. Nobody ever asked me this before. The last person who did my taxes didn't ask me for this. They didn't ask me for this, right? Rule of thumb, just because someone doesn't ask you for something, that does not mean that you don't need it. That just means that they're not asking for it and they're not doing their due diligence. They're not doing what they need to do. And you slip through. Maybe you'll keep slipping through. What I do know is that the IRS is going back years and coming back for people. So I tell a lot of my clients, if you get your taxes done at Luxury Tax Services, guess what that means? That means that your return is audit proof. We prepare your return as if you have an audit. So when the IRS comes into my office, they can come in and they can say, pull that file, pull that file. I'm not scared. I'm like, my file is proof. Again, I tell people, and I'm going to share this little tidbit. I went through an audit. I walked away with 0 fines. Do you understand what I'm saying? But that's another lie for another day. We got to make sure we're doing the right things. We got to make sure that we don't want to. It's all fun and games when you think you're getting a bigger refund, right? Don't always be so excited about a bigger refund. You better make sure that refund is the correct refund that you're due. Because if it's not, it will come to bite you in your ass. I'm just telling you that. Okay. So don't be so I'm getting a big refund now. How much was initial fines? How much was initial fines for what? Silent fight. But yeah, don't get so caught up in a bigger refund, because a bigger refund doesn't always guarantee that the person is doing your taxes. The good thing about Luxury Tax Services, oh, we do both. We get you the maximum return that you're allowed, right? But we also make sure that it's what you're allowed. We can't get you something that you don't have. We can't do that. We can't do that. Okay, so I'll wait for their answer. But yeah, so you guys have to do your due diligence. You said you walked away without 0 fines from my audit. I was potentially looking at almost $80,000 in fines. 80,000, almost $80,000 in fines. Once my files were pulled, I walked away with $0. Catch that. And again, share this live if you're not sharing it. If you're just tuning in, I want you to go ahead and share this live. I tell people what I know. I know. I've been doing this for about 15 years now, a little over 15 years, actually. That's crazy how time flies. I know my stuff. And you know why I know my stuff? Because I make sure that I put myself in rooms to educate myself. I make sure that I'm signing up for the IRS's latest tax trainings that they have. I make sure that I'm continuously educating myself. You want to make sure this is the year that you do not do your taxes yourself, or do not go to your cousin that thinks she know how to do taxes, okay? This is the year that you go to a tax professional. I'm not saying I know everything right. I don't. I don't know everything. But what I know, I know. All right. But anyway, so looked on the paperwork, saw that it was self-prepared. So while the person did charge them um a smaller fee than me, they also took on all the risks. There's nobody on there. They submitted your paperwork, and you don't there's no trace of you. So you can't tell the IRS that you didn't know. You have to start being intentional about your things. Don't be so quick to go to somebody because they said they're going to give you a larger refund. It's not good, guys. This isn't the year to take that route. This isn't the year. Okay. So those were my gems that I wanted to give to you guys. I told you about some of the credits that are out this, and I just gave you a little, I featured some credits. There are still some other things that are great. This is a great year. So you're seeing posts all over social media saying this is one of the largest refund seasons. It is, right? But you want to make sure that they're the correct you want to make sure they're the correct refund. You want to make sure that you're getting the correct credits, that it's not going to come back to bite you in the ass. Just being honest. At Luxury Tax Services, sometimes I curse a little bit. I just keep it real with you. I get you your money. I'm like, look, this is what's going on. This is what we're going to do. Just being honest. You got to make sure that we're intentional about choosing the correct tax professional. Not a tax preparer, not your cousin, not your auntie, not none of them. Granted, they may do great things, but if you know that they don't really do taxes and they're not educating themselves on a consistent basis, I'm literally in trainings every year, 3 and 4 times a year, quarterly. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure your people are doing what they need to do. Thank you guys for joining. Again, as you're joining in, comment in the comments below where you're from. I see you guys popping in. Make sure that you comment where you're from, and don't be selfish. Do not be selfish with this. With don't be selfish with me. Go ahead and feel free to share. But to wrap up the story, long story short, I went ahead. I got all the way to the end of her refund. I told her what she needed. I told her the amount that she was going to get. Um, it wasn't a really, really high amount. The next thing that you guys have to understand is when you make good money throughout the year, Be happy that you're in a different tax bracket. Don't be so hard up for that big refund because you're looking for that extra I'm gonna say $4,000 to $8,000, right? You're looking for the extra $4,000 to $8,000, but then that means you're in a different tax bracket. Be thankful. Like I have a client this year, she got almost a $30,000 raise. You think she tripping about $8,000 return? No, because she got over $22,000 throughout the year. So we got to start really paying attention because you don't want to play with the IRS. Okay, you don't want to play with the IRS. You want to make sure you're going to someone who knows what they're doing, who's making sure that you give them the proper documentation. If you go to someone, again, if you don't come to me, just make sure whoever you do go to, that they're asking you for a proper documentation. If they're not, you should want to know why. Don't think it's a pass because the IRS requires that documentation. Now, whether the preparer or professional is asking you for it, that's another thing. The IRS doesn't want to hear that, oh, I didn't know. That's why you make sure you go to a knowledgeable tax professional that is up to date and current on tax laws. Okay, guys? You guys know I'm here every Tuesday. Any questions you have, drop them in the comments. I'm definitely going to answer. Remember, share this live. I just want to make sure that I'm educating you guys so you know what to expect. Oh, another thing for all my PPP recipients, right? Make sure your tax preparer is asking you that. Make sure your tax professional is asking you about, did you receive a PPP loan? Because guess what? There's a reason for it. It has to go on the tax return, not the income in itself, but there's other things around it. Again, you got to make sure you're going to someone that knows what they're doing. Okay, guys? But I just wanted to get on here for your Tax Tip Tuesday, answer your questions. Let me finish my little story time about my client. Well, the client that I thought was a client and decided to switch. What actually ended up happening, though, was after I gave her amounts and told her, in order to prove head of household, you need to send over these things. I guess she wasn't able to get them. I don't really know what happened afterwards. And then I think she maybe thought about my fees and other things like that. She asked me how much did I charge. My base starts off at $299. With all the credits that we have going on, $299 is a great starting point. Okay. That's my low base. If this is a basic tax return, you don't need anything. You have one W-2. That's where we start out at Luxury Tax Services. Okay. But long story short, she ended up calling me today and saying, hey, she doesn't wish to move forward. She's going to go with another tax preparer because they don't require all the information that I require. I told her I respect it. I mean, I understand, you know what I mean? I'm not mad. I just want her to make sure that she knows that she's responsible for that. You know what I mean? We kind of get caught up in, well, I didn't get audited doing the wrong thing, but just because you didn't get caught doing the wrong thing, you're doing the wrong thing. Just submit it and do the right thing. Okay? If there's not any questions, I'm going to let you guys go because I still have work to do. I'm still doing taxes. I actually picked up 3 new bookkeeping clients today. And I have to run payroll. It's a bunch of things I do. Luxury Tax Services is more than just a tax preparer. We're a financial firm that offers multiple services. So again, share this live. Share, because someone may need the word, okay? It's not too late. Don't be in a rush. Like, oh my God, I got to go file my taxes. Oh, they got a date. Maybe if you've been doing taxes since 2017, people with kids don't get no refund before February 15th. What's the rush? Come on. Come on, guys. We got to make better decisions, conscious decisions. I see there are no questions, so I'm going to get off of here and get my butt back to work. Thank you guys for tuning in. I truly appreciate you guys. I'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. and I'll have some new tax tips. I'm pretty sure the rest of the week there'll be more. Can you speak on the backlog real quick? When you say speak on the backlog, what do you mean? Besides the fact that there's 10 million returns still sitting at the IRS from 2020 that have not been processed, is that what you're referring to? I'm sorry. This little tax strategist, I like my music. It keep me going. I've been at this since 8:30 this morning, guys. So I got to keep myself motivated. And I love music. I've been this way since I was little. Like I used to be getting ready for school, getting ready when I worked in corporate America for work, had my music going. That's how it goes. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I answer the Silent Heights question. Did I answer your question? Okay, so I'm gonna say I answered it because I don't see it coming up in the comments. Let me make sure. I'm gonna log on my other phone to make sure I'm not missing any questions because I know sometimes live comes up really, really weird. So I just want to make sure. Hold on. Y'all hear that? Go and get the money. Go and get the money. Okay. So, okay, yes, I answered your question. Perfect. Okay, so you guys have a good night. I'm about to get back to the money. Y'all have a good night. Let me know if you have any questions. Click the link in my bio. My website is LuxuryTaxServices with an S.com. You can click book an appointment for a free tax consultation. You get 15 minutes of my time. We can go over your situation and we can figure out if it's a good fit. Because just like I might not be the right tax professional for you, you may not be the right client for me. And that's okay. You know what I mean? That's okay. But head over to LuxuryTaxServices.com. Make sure you're booking that appointment to schedule your free consultation. And I got you. I promise you, once you come this way, you never go. If you care and value not getting the IRS all up in your business the way they shouldn't be all up in your business. Okay? Okay. Good night, guys. Love you all. Have a great evening. Stay safe. Stay warm. That's all I got.